Hi, my name is Colbert and this is the short summary of new game trailers shown at the Game Awards of 2021. Let's start with Homeworld 3. As always, beautiful music and gorgeous space panoramas are shown with the help of an actual game engine. It looks like creators took all the best parts of previous games and made an even more impressive sequel. Homeworld 3 is coming out someday in 2022. Star Wars Eclipse. This is a new action-adventure, multiple-character, branching narrative game set in a High Republic era. Game is still in early development, but it is known that you will be shaping your fate in Outer Rim, an uncharted section of the galaxy with never-before-seen species and planets to discover. Sounds great. Elden Ring surprised us with another amazing 3-minute-long story trailer. It is really awesome! You will find all the full versions of trailers in the description, and I encourage you to watch this one afterwards. Hellblade: Senua's Saga. What a beautiful game this is, and surprisingly all you see is made with an in-game engine. This is not a cinematic cutscene made with CGI, you can actually play this. Giant looks so slimy and real, especially when it burns, but we all know that it's all in your head. Probably, maybe. You know, the heroine of the Hellblade is struggling with her mental issues and her reality is different from ours, that's for sure. Cuphead's Delicious Last Course. Game is getting an expansion and it's almost here. Expect big levels and giant bosses. Pew pew pew! Last Course is arriving on June 13th of 2022. Destiny 2: The Witch Queen. The latest expansion of Destiny got a lengthy new gameplay trailer with lots of epic battles as well as an enormous cyber demon creature. All the footage is taken from the very first mission, so there are more hidden gems to you to kill. It's coming on February 22nd of 2022. Slitterhead. Oh my, this one got me excited for real! Slitterhead is the new upcoming game from the creators of Silent Hill itself. Game looks creepy as hell, although I saw these monsters somewhere already. It's some mishmash between Resident Evil and Dead Space, and that is kinda cool. Somerville. Looks like a nice, atmospheric survival side-scroller game, but it's too mysterious to tell something more. It's definitely futuristic or set in an alternate reality, but one thing I can say for sure, it looks great. Among Us VR. One of the most played games of all times is getting a VR version. That will definitely be less popular due to amount of people having VR equipment at home. Still cool though. Planet of Lana. Game looks gorgeous and awakens all my childhood dreams about, leaving this planet and living among the stars and visiting mysterious worlds. Although I was imagining myself as an emperor from Star Wars, enslaving those worlds, so may not be exactly like that. Planet of Lana looks like a wonderful sci-fi side-scroller which will be released in 2002. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. With a name like that, you probably wouldn't expect violence, blood, partial nudity and so on, but this is what this game is all about, because it's a spin-off of the Borderlands. Game is filled with humor and epic battles, and looks really cool despite that ugly graphic style. Sonic Frontiers. It will be an open-world Sonic game coming in 2022. It looks impressive, although keep in mind that this trailer is cinematic and the actual gameplay probably will look worse than that. Thirsty Suitors. This is a story-driven RPG about dealing with your Indian boyfriends. It sounds silly, but if you like the Pilgrim vs. the World movie, it may spark your interest after all, because this game is obviously inspired by it. Vermintide 2. Not as big as an announcement as we are already used in this video. Vermintide 2 will get a new class, the Warrior Priest of Sigmar. If you play the game, it may be great news for you, I don't know. Evil West. This is some sweet hack-and-slash action you just cannot miss. Game actually looks fantastic. You will play as a cowboy vampire hunter and, hunt some evil along your way to salvation. Probably not, I just said it because it sounds cool. Sadly, no release date is announced yet. Have a nice death. And you will play as Death itself here. Game looks like a nice roguelite similar to Hollow Knight with the nice animations and gameplay. Nightingale. Aaron Flynn, the former boss of BioWare, has just announced a brand new crafting survival game. Nightingale is set in a mysterious Victorian world. Expect giants, creepy fairy tale creatures, and a lot of steampunk action. Game is launching into early access in 2022 as a PC exclusive. Arc Raiders. This looks like an impressive co-op action shooter, some mishmash between Halo, Returnal, and even Mass Effect. You will be fighting a lot of evil robots, mechs, and similar stuff with the help of vast array of impressive weapons and abilities. Release date is, along with most of other games in this list, in 2022. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This will be a new asymmetrical multiplayer horror game where you will obviously either take the role of Jason or one of his victims. Release date is not announced yet. Tunic. This is some crossbreed between Dark Souls, Zelda, and all the cuteness in the world. You'll be able to hack and slash your extremely cute adversaries next year on March 16th. Doke V. I know that I promised to mention all the games, so there, this is Doke V. Now let's move on to the next title. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Another anime-like fighting game for no-brainer evenings with your friends. It's the fighting spin-off of Persona 4 Golden. It will probably be released next year. The Lord of the Rings Gollum. Another trailer for an upcoming stealth and exploration game where you will control one of the most beloved heroes from the Lord of the Rings world. The game itself will have a lot of elements similar to games like Tomb Raider or even classic Thief. Lost Ark. It finally got the launch trailer with the date of February 11th of 2022. I have played the closed beta and I can say without a doubt that the game is good, but if you are not a fan of Asian style, of presenting things where all the heroes are young and somehow every gender looks like 12-year-old girl, then it may be a challenge for you to like the game, but in general I enjoyed it a lot. The game has really cool monsters, boss battles, and even nice controls. Chia. Fans of the games like Stardew Valley, Yonder, and My Time at Portia, this is the new treat for you. Wholesome adventure and crafting experience will be released next year in spring. Wonder Woman. A teaser trailer is all we get. So basically this is a new upcoming game where you will be able to take control of a wonderful Wonder Woman and do wondrous wonders with your wonderful something. Alan Wake 2. This year was fantastic for Alan Wake fans. First we got remastered version and now this? How cool is that? Sadly, the game itself is not scheduled for the next year. We will be able to put our filthy fingers on it only in 2023. GTFO. After spending several years in early access, the creepy cop survival game has now reached its final form. By celebrating this, they released anxiety-inducing trailer named 1.0. I have watched how others play this game and it's kinda entertaining thing to do, but I doubt my balls are strong enough to play this game by myself. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Fans were waiting nearly for 2 years for this day. Final Fantasy VII Remake, along with its Intergrade expansion, is coming to PC. It's arriving on the Epic Games Store on December 16th, so really soon. Forspoken. This is probably the most anticipated game on this list, some hybrid between Devil May Cry, Returnal, and probably many other action hack-and-slash games with huge presence of magic powers. Game is incoming to our machines next year on May 24th. Babylon's Fall. This is a new co-op hack-and-slash game that looks somewhat similar to Godfall. People who played the closed beta said a lot of nice things about the combat of the game and variety of missions as well. Game will launch next year on March 3rd. Space Marine 2. First game released about 10 years ago was one of my favorite hack-and-slash games of all times. You know, where you feel overpowered combat god and there is no bullshit of Dark Soulish difficulty. You just hack-and-slash your way through hordes of orcs and that feels amazing. I'm really excited about this one as well. Saints Row. Yep, and it looks great. Not amazing, but really good. Saints Row games always looked and played like GTA if it was created while being on drugs all the time. Game will be released on August 23rd next year. Dune Spice Wars. I was expecting a Dune strategy game to be released after the movie, but I wasn't expecting that. This is not an RTS. This is not what we want. Although the trailer looks beautiful, it may be a cool game after all. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. A very first gameplay trailer for this game, and it looks really fun, so much action and shooting and slashing and even flying. Reminds me of aforementioned Saints Row somehow. Game will be released someday next year. Rumbleverse. This looks and feels like Fortnite, melee Fortnite to be fair, and I, like many other YouTubers and gamers, am kinda surprised that this is not the game mode for Fortnite itself, but a whole standalone project. I have no idea what's in Epic's head, but it's weird to make a rival for your own game, don't you think? A Plague Tale Requiem. first game, named Innocence, was beautiful, and the sequel looks even more impressive. All those landscapes and locations are made in such a realistic manner, and the overall graphics are gorgeous as well. And we know that we will get a nice story, so this is probably the hit game in the making. The Expanse. For those who don't know what The Expanse is, it is a TV show of hard science fiction, one of the most beloved series of sci-fi fans all over the world. It is still in the making, and this is Telltale's way of letting us make some important decisions in this epic universe as well. Thank you for watching, don't hesitate to press like or even subscribe to my channel for more videos like that. Have a nice day and I'll see you next time. Bye!